Wobbly!
Hello.
It's Tuesday. We're a bit late.
Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week. Hopefully, we'll see. Good start. I've been working on hexceed a lot, so getting the Nintendo Switch build out and then the Xbox build started. We don't know what to do with it, so we'll work that out. What are you doing?
Yeah, then there's more DLC as well, so not just that. Actually, Sam finished up the achievements for Coloring Voxels. Made a good start on that last week, just a few left to go for that. And then we will loop towards the end of the week as well as a lot of store pages, because you're working on the Coloring Voxels theme park DLC, and we've got some stuff for that to make the store page for that stuff. So, yeah, a bunch of store pages, some achievements, and then just more DLC stuff.
Cool, yeah?
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so as you can kind of see, it's been quite a jam-packed day for working on the theme park DLC. We've got quite a lot done, including the log flume being pretty much done. I'm still unsure if I'm going to add anything in the middle here. I haven't quite decided, but the overall ride itself is done. This took forever to do. It took quite a while to do. This skull mountain, a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's done now. Give it quite a cool fiery mohawk that looked pretty cool. As you can see, I've added some vegetation around. I've finished off the monorail, added another one over here as well. I did go with the idea of having it not wrap around the whole world, as I thought it would make sense to sort of, taper off over here. I still need to fix that because that's just an extension to the road that I made. I've also done little extra bits here as well, sort of blocking out this side of the world here. So this is where the big roller coaster is going to go. So I've built a path leading in here, and I've sort of built the hedge blocking it off. However, I did find later on in the design that I did have this big open space here that's left over, and I was unsure what to do, but I think I'm going to do some teacups, like a small little kids ride here. So I still think it's going to be a little small for teacups. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of extend this section just out a little bit more, just to give me a bit more room, and I'm going to bring the hedge down just so I can give myself a bit of a bigger canvas to work on. So I'm going to do that now, build that in, and we'll hopefully be able to get the base down for the teacups.
Okay, so I think I managed to fix the issue. It was basically just like one of the scripts that gets spawned in this scene persists to the next scene, and then when it comes back to this scene, there's two of them, and that it didn't like that anyway. But yeah, basically you can go into a level now. Cool, move around, and then back out, and you should be able to. Yes, there we go. That's working again as well. A few other fixes, so press start now. You'll see at the bottom here it doesn't say press start again to close. That doesn't work, so the little exit screen that pops up doesn't happen anymore. And also, oh no, this is the last one, isn't it? And also there was a little issue with the Skystead DLC that we did for the Kickstarter backers. It was basically sending all of the DLCs like one out of sync, so it meant that the last DLC wouldn't be unlocked. But yeah, fix that out anyway. I just had to put a little hard exception in for that, and that's all working well. Okay, and since I've done that, I managed to get all of the Nintendo stuff sorted for hexceed as well. That's all just done and out of the way. There's a couple of waivers that we have to get approval for, so fingers crossed they can get done overnight, and then we can send things away in the morning for lot check, which would be really, really good. We can get that out. But yeah, I've just been working on Coloring Pixels Collection 7. I just thought while I was working on the Switch stuff, I might as well. The next major bit of work for me is hexceed on Xbox, but I don't want to really work on that while there still could be fixes for Switch and stuff. Yeah, so I've just been getting Coloring Pixels Collection 7 out, going with the purple colouring for the N, and then we're going to do one more, which is going to be all Christmas themed. So the idea is that we'll get this out later in the year, and then we'll get the last and final one out towards the end of the year for Christmas. Yeah, I've just been working on it. We might have a bit of an issue with this one though. One of the issues that we have with Switch is the save files. You can't have them too big, so I've put the cards DLC, which has got 54 different levels. They're all quite small, so I don't think that should be an issue. But I've accidentally put the well, I wanted to put it in the Celebration XL book, which has got 40 levels, and is broken. Why have you got some? What? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that. But just because there's more levels in this DLC, we might have some issues with save files, so it's always good to QA. We're going to be QAing it, taking turns, and we should work it out.
Okay, so just a quick update this morning. I've finished off the teacups here and sort of built its own little stage here behind these railings. Thought it would make sense for safety wise. I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously there's still going to be decorations that are going to be placed around the overall area. However, I need to go through and actually block out everything else first before I start putting in decorations, just in case obviously I need some more room. So I'm working on the last big item of the actual ground plane, which is going to be the roller coaster. As you can see here, I've sort of built in the sort of like, what do you call this bit, like the start point where the roller coaster will be shot off into the big loops. And yeah, this one's probably going to take a little while. It's probably going to be quite hard getting the track looking nice and smooth in Voxel, but I'm going to do the best I can. So I'm going to build that out now, and then after that, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to go into the sky and build the hot air balloons and the planes, and then probably jump back to the ground plane and build in all the decor.
Yeah, so busy day for me. I have been working mainly on hexceed. I did do a little bit of colouring pixels on Switch at the beginning of the day, basically just getting that build sorted so that we can start QAing for Collection 7. But yeah, hexceed. So one of the things I noticed while I've been downloading all of the various assets and stuff like that you need, all the game dev SDKs and stuff like that, was that we need to submit a pitch to Microsoft for the game. I think it's a bit of a formality, honestly. I don't think they're really going to look at what's like in depth about like our game and stuff like that, because we've got like everything in the back end. We've already got the dev kits and things like that, but I thought it might as well be worth doing it just in case. So yeah, I've just gone ahead and filled out all the forms and stuff like that, and then they required a pitch deck, so I asked the AI to give me basically a head start, and it's done a really good job actually, which is quite good. We don't particularly like using the AI for like actual game content, but like stuff like this where it's just basically filling out a form, sure, we'll let you make a PowerPoint presentation to save us time, so we can actually get back to the game dev stuff. And yeah, it seems to go quite well. Hopefully we might get onto Game Pass with this if it goes well, but I doubt it. I don't think the business model for hexceed is very conducive to Game Pass really. But yeah, fingers crossed we can get all that sorted, and then we can get things submitted for Xbox.
Okay, so you can see I've added quite a lot of stuff to the theme park DLC. It's quite a tough DLC to do, not so much in terms of the actual design work that needs to be done, but as you can imagine, the theme park is very busy, and I wanted to make it look as dense as humanly possible, so it's quite hard to actually finish off the world. There's always something else that I can add in. So you can see here I've been adding in sort of hot air balloons, and this sort of plane with a banner. I am working on a blimp. I haven't finished that one yet. It's going to be quite a big design. I need to hollow out the entire balloon, which is going to take a while, so I decided not to do that today because it was going to be a bit boring. But you can see here I've added a lot more stuff to the actual ground plane here, including the roller coaster has been added in now, and we've got some more stalls around, some more vegetation, just overall a lot more extra detail. And something that we want to add in is sort of a what am I blanking out here? What's this thing called? A parade. I want to add in a parade going through the roads here. So you can see here I've started adding a few little sort of different carts here. We've got a pirate ship, a dragon sitting on a volcano, a little teddy bear. I'm probably going to add maybe one or two more. I want it to be starting to go on the corner here. So yeah, I've got a bit more room. So I'm going to build this out, and then hopefully after that we haven't got too much more to go. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but it's hard to finish. There's so much more I want to add to it.
Okay, so long story short, I started the morning on hexceed. Xbox basically hit a roadblock. So it turns out that the application form that we sent off yesterday, we actually do need to get approved before we can do on Xbox. We basically need them to generate a lot of the IDs and like basically like back-end like config stuff. So then we can do a lot of things. So like things like save files and things like that, we can't even test. We can get the game running on Xbox, so we can get like controls and stuff like that sorted, but that's already done. So anyway, long story short, I'm working on Loop now. We want to get basically just the same thing. We want to get a Switch build and an Xbox build, hopefully Steam Deck as well. One of the main issues though that we've been facing is the save files for Loop are insanely big. So I've just been doing some compression work. Essentially, we had like this save file here used to be, how much was it? It was like 60 something meg, 62.3 meg, but now we've managed to get it down to 1.48 meg,
Hey,
which is really, really
that's
good.
pretty
Just basically
good.
removing a lot of the data points that you can basically infer. There are a couple of issues though. I think if we go to the first one, you can see that it looks a bit strange. You can see the animation isn't quite as smooth either. You can see it's like jumping around a bit. So a lot of that information is lost, but we can kind of work it out. Star signs, this one looks bad. Yeah, so you can see if you zoom in, a lot of the data for the rope was being stored, like all of these bits in between the pins were being stored, which is a lot of the file size. So those have been stripped out, leaving only basically the connection points between the pins. Which is good to hold the order and stuff like that, but it just means that when you load the game now, it needs to actually work out that there are points in the middle of here that need to be rendered properly. If not, we're getting this stretched out sort of aesthetic, which is not something that we want. We want the nice rope looking aesthetic. But yeah, I'm working on that, and then fingers crossed we can get the Xbox controls working, and yeah, we can go from there.
So I've got to do the update yesterday, but I got all the achievements for Voxels up to date, all localized as well, so it took a bit of a while, not quite as long as we expected, thankfully, but yeah, they're all updated, all 231 achievements now that's been approved by Steam, and that means as the DLCs go forward, we can release achievements alongside the DLC as well, which was a point of contention for some players, so thankfully we can now, appease that as well. And then today, other than doing the vlog, I've gone ahead and sent off the store page for the next DLC, the theme park pack. I've got all the assets here, generated these in Engine. I've gone for the same colour scheme as the amusement park DLC from Coloring Voxels. And yeah, that's sent off now. Can't check the beta mode just yet, because it's still too fresh. Let me double check. Yeah, it's not going to work. But yeah, hopefully that'll get a quick turnaround so we can get that announced, because this is coming out next week. So yeah, sooner the better with this.
Okay, so you can see here that most of the content for the theme park DLC is done, and the only thing I need to finish off is the Zeppelin. Won't take too much longer, but I'm going to take a little break because I'm a bit stuck on the modelling. I've been modelling all day, so I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to start cutting out this world and see how much I've got to do left. I'm going to restart that. I've just done the whole time. Okay, so you can see here the theme park's making really good progress. I'm deciding to take a little break as I want to get this into Unity, see how many voxels I've actually got, just in case I need to add any more, or possibly even take away if there's way too much. So that's why I haven't finished the Zeppelin off just yet. I've done all the insides of it, I just need to add on, some wings. Is it wings? I think they're called wings, or fins, and add the little sort of control room at the bottom here. So that won't take too much longer. But as you can see now, I'm in Cubicle, just cutting everything out. I haven't got too far yet, just done, I think, 4 or 5 levels? Yeah, 5. So as you go around and cut all these out, and then I'm going to stick them in Unity, and see how many voxels we've got. I'm expecting it to be quite high, and there's quite a lot in this world. As you can see here, I sort of went a bit overboard on making the world look very dense, as a theme park should be, including this entire new strip of a parade here. So yeah, hopefully that'll add a lot more.
Working on Wooloop again today. There's been a few issues with the compression stuff that I was working on the other day. The Lee spotted. It's fairly minor stuff though. Thankfully, it seems to be working fine. You can see that there's a little bit of an issue with the actual size of the rope. I'm not sure if you can see, but some of the gaps between some of the lines here are different. Based on the length of the rope, so you see this bit here is really quite dense rope, whereas the bit next to it is a bit more spread out. Super minor detail, but I want to look at that because it's a bit strange. There was also an issue that Lee pointed out where it was at the end of the rope, it would break. So basic, bit behind the scenes, but where is it? Yeah, so when it's generating the 3D rope, it splits it off into several pieces. So there's a piece here. Yeah, there's a piece here, and then there's another piece that's actively sort of working on. And it was essentially when you completed a route, the last bit of the rope was breaking. So it would basically leave a huge segment of the rope that would just disappear. But that's been fixed now. That's a bit of a weird aesthetic, isn't it, there? And yeah, I've just been working on some of the UI stuff, just sort of the back end for getting controllers to work. Nothing really to show on that yet, but the groundwork is getting there.
So yeah, the rest of the week has been spent making more Wooloop levels, just sort of catching up with the DLC. You can see obviously the top 2, we've got Sisyphus and Pandora's Box, With it being mythology, there's a lot of Greek stuff already, so I wanted to make sure I am branching out a little bit. Found an African sort of mythology. I think it's Australian, and then we've got the Yeti, which I think is North American. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the pixel art from Coloring Pixels mythology, and I thought I'd try and recreate it in voxels. A bit painstaking, trying to get all the pins perfectly lined up as if it was on a grid, but I think it's turned out quite well. But yeah, once it's been play tested, we'll get the full review of that.
Okay, so it's a short update. I left in the middle of putting all the levels in uni. As you can see here, they're all in, all 16, and they've added up to a really nice voxel count, about almost 150,000. So that should be a pretty decently sized level for the game. I actually miscounted, however, how many levels I actually had. I thought I originally had 16, but it turns out I only had 15. So this morning, I really quickly added a little helicopter scene just to add something else to the sky. This is probably not where it's going to be positioned. This is just where I built it. And I've also finished off the blimp as well, adding a little sort of control section here at the bottom, and there's little passengers in there. You can't see them right now, but obviously in game you'll be able to. Yeah, so that's this world pretty much done in terms of modelling. So now I need to go into Unity. Now they're all put in, I need to go around and rearrange everything so it looks more like the voxel scene here. And then I need to add in all the VFX, which I imagine will take quite a while, so it'll probably be a bit of a beefier day, but I'm assuming I'll get it all done, hopefully quite quickly.
Guys, Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to watch out for the new DLCs that are coming out. You've been working on Coloring Voxels theme park, haven't you? That's looking really cool. It's quite a big one, voxel count by the sounds of it. So good value for money. And you've been working on Wooloop Folklore DLC, haven't you, Lee? So that'll be coming out at the end of the month as well.
Mythology.
Mythology, yeah.
Mythology.
What did I say?
You said folklore. We've done folklore.
Folklore is Coloring Pixels, isn't it? Yeah, and then there'll be more DLC coming out next month, but we don't know what that is because the patrons haven't chosen yet. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye.